think, I must speak. Men have been given the chance to rule the world. But ladies, our revolution has begun.
Um was glaubst du, ging es bei der Frauenbefreiung? Ich dachte an diesem Zeitpunkt noch ziemlich konventionell darüber und sagte, dass Frauen das Recht zu arbeiten erhalten, gleiche Bezahlung wie die Männer und das Recht zu wählen bekommen. Er fing an zu lachen und sagte, du bist ein Trottel. Ich sagte, warum bin ich ein Trottel? Er sagte, lass mich dir erzählen, worum es dabei ging. Wir, die Rockefellers, haben das finanziert. Wir, die Rockefeller-Stiftung, waren diejenigen, die die Bewegung überall ins Fernsehen und in die Zeitungen gebracht hatten. Er sagte, willst du wissen warum? Es gab zwei Hauptgründe. Einer war, wir konnten vor der Frauenbefreiung die Hälfte der Bevölkerung nicht besteuern. Der zweite Grund war, jetzt haben wir die Kinder von jungen Jahren an in den Schulen. Wir können die Kinder indoktrinieren, ihnen beibringen, wie sie denken sollen. Das bricht die Familien auf. Die Kinder betrachten den Staat, die Schule und die Amtsträger als ihre Familie und nicht mehr die Eltern.
Weiter sagt Rockefeller: Indem wir die Frauen gegen die Männer aufhetzen und die Partnerschaft und die Gemeinschaft der Familie zerstören, haben wir eine kaputte Gesellschaft aus Egoisten geschaffen, die arbeiten, konsumieren, dadurch unsere Sklaven sind und es dann auch noch gut finden. Und wer hier genauer hinsieht, stellt zudem fest, wie sehr die Rockefeller Stiftung ab den 50er Jahren des vorigen Jahrhunderts die Feminismusbewegung mitgeprägt hat und zusammen mit der CIA verschiedenste feministische Berichterstattung via Magazine, TV und Werbung propagierte. Dazu noch ein treffendes Zitat von Gabriele Kubi. Es wird der Eindruck erweckt, Gleichheit sei eine Verwirklichung von Gerechtigkeit. Gerechtigkeit erfordert aber, dass Gleiches gleich und Ungleiches ungleich und alles angemessen behandelt wird.
Die Befürworter der Ja-Kampagne feiern ihren Sieg. Mit einer Zweidrittelmehrheit hat sich Irland deutlich für eine Lockerung des Abtreibungsverbots ausgesprochen. Besonders in Irlands Hauptstadt war die Freude riesig.
So anytime you see some kind of agenda that is anti-human being, it's anti-baby, it's anti-humanity, it's anti-population growth, you're looking at something that ultimately comes from Satan himself. He hates human beings. Why? Because we are made in the image of God. We remind Satan of the God that he hates. And so he wants to stir up in human beings the same kind of hatred for humanity that he has. And he'll use Planned Parenthood to do it. He will use the pro-abortion movement to do it. He will use the pro-gay movement to do it, because you can't get human beings out of the homosexual lifestyle. It's not possible. So that's one way to slow population growth. He can get there through the environmental movement, which is flatly opposed to population growth and actually proposes abortion policies as a way of reducing pressure on the environment. So anywhere you see that anti-human agenda, you are looking at the work of Satan himself.
You gotta repent, sir. You gotta repent, sir, for murdering babies.
Why?
Because it's a sin before God.
Why?
Wow.
Stinky breath.
Yeah,
Why?
it's pretty evil of you, sir.
Yeah, I am.
And I hope and pray that you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do to babies, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
You love it, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I hope that you come to Christ, sir.
Oh, I'd never go to Christ.
You know, they say there's nothing new under the sun. And that's true. Take abortion, for instance. Some people claim society progressed when women got the right to abortion. They claim the human race advanced. The problem is, people have been killing their children for thousands of years. Today, we just call it by a different name and dress it up with modern euphemisms to make it sound all sophisticated. You see, when we read the history books about these old backwards cultures, when pagans used to sacrifice their children to gods, we're aghast. We're horrified. We ask, how could anyone do such a thing? And thank God we don't live in those ancient times anymore. It was common, you see, to let your children burn in the fire as a sacrifice to gods like Moloch, for any number of reasons. to appease the gods, to make sure your crops grew, to ensure a good harvest, to win a war, and so on. We condemn our ancestors for doing something so barbaric. But if we stop for just 1 second, we'll see that we're doing the exact same thing with abortion. We just don't want to admit it. Sure, our technology has advanced far beyond anything our ancestors could have imagined. Our tools, our means, our facilities. But that's only given us more sophisticated ways to go about doing the same thing and making our sacrifice. Instead of waiting till they're born, we nip their lives before they're even out of the womb. Instead of letting them burn in the fire, we use sharp steel instruments to rip the child's limbs out one by one. Or a saline solution to burn her skin and poison her to death. And unfortunately, because we're so advanced, we can't deny that we don't know what we're doing. We can't deny that it's a child in there.
Just when you thought occult worship couldn't get more mainstream, the Illuminati's media is now actively promoting the use of young blood in the quest to live forever.
Well, scientists have apparently found a way to reverse the effects of aging.
Now, this one sounds like something out of the movies, but young blood could be the key to reversing aging.
Some are calling it vampire therapy. Others see it potentially as the fountain of youth.
It was something a cross between vampire and Frankenstein, where they took two animals and they hooked their blood supply together for 4 weeks, called parabiosis.
Imagine if you could turn back the clock 5, 10, even 15 years and reverse the effects of aging.
Fascinating.
It's a fascinating study, actually.
It's so fascinating.
Indeed, fascinating. What once was reserved for Gothic novels is now confirmed by scientists. They've found that young blood actually recharges the brain, forms new blood vessels, and improves memory and learning. So far, the findings pertain to a particular strain of mice, but if results can be replicated in other strains, human trials won't be far off.
And the beauty business is already using blood to give that youthful glow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am open to the thought of looking and feeling 15 years younger, but nobody is explaining who's gonna be supplying the baby's blood.
Will we begin breeding humans simply for their ability to donate blood? The value of a child's life has already diminished in some circles to no more than their useful byproducts. An energy plant in Oregon burns aborted babies from Canada to generate electricity. And aborted babies are used to heat hospitals in the UK, their life force used in a waste-to-energy program. And one woman even posted a video of her abortion on YouTube in her narcissistic pursuit of fame. I just want to share my story.
Und das ist nicht verwunderlich. Denn der Satan selbst verkleidet sich als ein Engel des Lichts. Es ist also nichts Besonderes, wenn auch seine Diener sich verkleiden als Diener der Gerechtigkeit. Und Gott der Herr sprach, es ist nicht gut, dass der Mensch allein sei. Ich will ihm eine Gehilfin machen, die ihm entspricht. Wer meine Gebote festhält und sie befolgt, der ist es, der mich liebt. Wer aber mich liebt, der wird von meinem Vater geliebt werden. Und ich werde ihn lieben und mich ihm offenbaren.